One evening, while flicking through countless faces of content creators, I came across a guy giving a breakdown of Yaldabaoth and his archons, and in an uncharacteristic of me move, I decided to leave a comment. In that comment, I casually relayed that while his information was well researched and presented, the demiurge had been deposed circa 2017 and the blind god was no longer throwing temper tantrums upon his throne. And while outdated and bound to texts written some 2,000 years ago, the cosmic order had naturally moved on from that. In no way was I expecting to be believed or taken seriously by any measure, and it would have had no consequence to me one way or the other anyway. I was simply nudged to be flippant in the dropping of such gnosis in a meaningless comment section for purposes of amusement more than anything else. Or, to be more accurate, I did it just to see what would happen, with as much seriousness as a Joker variant getting his jollies. Then, a response from the content creator was deposited the next day, after more than a few other users had their curiosity tickled. With a very defensive dialogue toward his followers away from my folly, he insisted they not listen to a word from my digital pen. With a tonality of authority on the subject matter of gnosis, he reassured his imaginary flock that my ramblings were heretical to the source material he was teaching in his content creation, and the concepts of the demiurge, the archons, and their energy harvesting racket were to always be taken in a metaphorical manner and never approached with perhaps a literal manner. This, he proclaimed, is the appropriate application of Gnosticism, which of course is the dumbest shit ever, as it turns the open door to being a participant in the cosmic order into an invitation to make yet another dogmatic religion based on scriptures written thousands of years ago that no one can alter or abolish. Even the suggestion of there being heresy in Gnosticism is an affront to what Gnosticism even is. The content creator's approach to the material handed down to us by our forebears in the Gnostic path is solely a psychological one, and hey, that's fine for him, and fine for any other Gnostic that chooses to experience the information in a purely psychological way as well. If their firsthand experience of acquiring the knowledge they hold at present facilitates an interpretive view only of such personalities as Yaldabaoth, Sophia, Christ, Enoch, or any other name one might find in their readings, then for them this is true. But if the core of Gnosticism is in fact the acquiring of knowledge through firsthand personal experience, then who is he to look down his nose at yours truly, if in my gnosis of these personalities, they are in fact individual consciousnesses that can be interacted with, do have a progressive storyline, and their storylines have stayed static for the past 2,000 or so years. The denunciation of a pneumatic's current awareness of cosmic events unfolding in our day has the potential to reduce Gnosticism to the same type of impotency suffered by corporate Christianity or other religions that do not offer active participation in the scenarios they present as the highest reality. When Gnosticism begins gatekeeping what experiences are or are not canon, then it ceases to be Gnosticism at all. This is a tragedy for a system that is unique in that it is the very narrow gate Christ told us about, a gate in which we can enter into the narrative of events and indeed become more than one of the NPC high-lit backdrop people one finds in, say, Grand Theft Auto 5, with full capacity to not only interact with the cosmic narrative, but manipulate as well as rewrite by our actions. Gnosticism is the path of becoming player one ourselves, not just reading about others who became player one by insisting we all can become player one and demonstrating this liberation through action of will.
For the full transmission, including exclusive articles, videos, podcasts, and commentary you won't find on social media, visit downloadedcontent.com. While you're there, be sure to join the DLC newsletter so you never miss new releases, exclusive content, or future transmissions. And if you're fascinated by the mysteries of Genesis 6, the Watchers, the Nephilim, and the Book of Enoch, be sure to check out Then Came the Flood by Louis Crumpton, a novel that reimagines the world before the flood and brings one of humanity's oldest mysteries to life. Available now wherever books are sold. Downloadedcontent.com, where pneumatics go to play.